Ask us anything. Yes, absolutely anything.
All right, so I saw a video the other day, let me start this way, that is a girl made like a, TikTok or Instagram video, which was my two sides of my boyfriend. One is the caring and loving one, and the other is the annoying, putting the finger up your nose and throwing things at you and running around like a little cat trying to play. And it's very interesting. I'm going to open my phone up and I'm going to read you a couple of the comments that are under this video.
Okay.
So, for example, a guy says, you have two things to do as a boyfriend. Number one, comfort her when she's angry. Number two, make her angry when she's comfy. A girl says, it's his job to annoy me and it's my job to complain about it. So it seems to be that a lot of females have this issue, and I've seen many videos about this, of why is my boyfriend so nice and so caring and so lovely, but on the other hand, why do they make it their literal job to annoy the out of us? It seems to be a thing. And I would really like to understand it, because when I ask my husband about it, he goes, it's really funny in one moment, but then when you get really actually annoyed about it, then I can realize that it's not really funny anymore. But what's the thrill about that? What's the thrill about annoying your partner? I would really love to understand that. And how do we deal with it?
So I have to say I don't know. Straight up. I've never been asked that question. It's never been relatable to me because I don't do it. However, have I watched it happen? Have I heard many females complain about it? Oh, yeah. And it happens with old men and their partners, down to young men with their partners. So I'm going to say that it is, I don't think that males, after watching everybody do it, I haven't sat down and asked people, why do you do it? But in saying that, what I would surmise is that it's fun. It's just fun. They're not actually trying to get you riled up. It's a game. It's like being a child. It's like they've learned to pick on, right, for fun. But they don't mean anything serious by it. Now, in watching how people interact, when you're smitten with a bloke and he does that, you think it's funny. Girls can't help themselves. They go, that's funny. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. It's fun. I'll do it back to him a little bit. After a little bit of time, it wasn't really funny. It was just that she was smitten with him. So let him have that fun. But then it really was not fun in the first place, or it might have been something different and a bit of that interactivity, but it really wasn't fun. And I think males get very confused about what is fun or not fun. So, for example, my partner's mum and dad, he's always grabbing her hair, right? And it riles her up because she says, I tell you, don't do that. So he does it.
Yeah, see, and there is no joke in that for me. There is no fun. Even if she would have laughed about that 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, if she said 90 times, do not do that, then it doesn't matter whether she laughed 3 times possibly about it. So that's where I go, they know exactly what they're doing. They know they're annoying you.
Yes.
They're looking at comments, they know that the partner is not going to go, that's funny.
Yes, but they did when they first started. Because, you ready? I go on a date with you and fart. Yeah? Are we going on another date?
No.
There you go.
Well, unless it was an accident.
There you go. But even then, you've got to consider it, already farts in public. This ain't great. Right? So those things happen without us really realising it. And girls, if you look at your relationships, did you allow things to happen because they were funny or because they were a
Of
little
course.
bit good? If you allow that to happen, you are actually saying that's okay.
So how do you, looking at that now, you're saying the history is one thing, right?
Yeah.
The history of you as a female might have accepted it at some point, and so the partner is looking for that reaction rather than the annoyed one.
Yeah.
But let's go to someone has said to their partner 50 times, not funny. Why are you doing that? The partner is openly saying, I'm doing it to annoy you because it's funny. What advice would you give females to deal with those particular moments?
So I'll add to what I believe men then do, just thinking off the top of my head. By me doing that, if I'm that male, what am I getting?
A reaction, attention.
Good.
Is it the same attention that girls do when they're sad?
Correct.
It's almost like we know that it's the weird thing of I almost like to fight, not anymore. But that feeling of I want to fight because then at least I'm like getting a reaction. I'm being kind of in a certain way intimate with that person because we're fighting. Like at least we're talking and I can let some energy out. So we get sad, we cry, we play that kind of, that way. Is that the same thing
I
that
believe
boys
so.
do, just in their own way?
I believe so. I believe it's a way of getting attention. I believe it's a way of interacting to get the communication going. And I believe that, adding now to your question, what should we do about it? Hey, darling, if you want my attention, there's other things you could do, like buy me flowers. Yep, wash the dishes, mop the floor, because that'll get you a lot more attention. Because we're that interaction of that attention may have been funny or to get a communication going. As we evolve in our relationships and we take on more accountabilities, we almost don't have time for those things anymore. But men really still want that attention, okay? The other thing they might be doing is that they stuff up. So they might turn around and go, well, I'll do that because that diverts me from the other thing that I stuffed up because I'm playing with your hair now rather than I just broke your priceless vase.
Yeah.
So a deviation tactic as well. You know what's really interesting though?
What's that?
I love AI, not because I think that it's amazing and it's right, because I can find holes all the way through it, especially with the stuff that we're talking about from a self-help or a communication perspective. But I'd love to know, what does AI think?
Yeah, let me quickly hotspot myself.
Yeah,
May I use yours?
yeah. Let me set that up. Whilst we're talking about this, I'm not saying that any of my thoughts are correct on this because I haven't really given it much attention. I've seen it. However, what I did do is that I went back to my 3.5-year-old son's tactics and how he tries to get attention. And some of those things are as funny as. But, geez, they step on a line. Do you know what I mean? But he still does them anyway.
Yeah, and I think one thing that, always comes to my mind is I think a lot of females, look, I can only speak for myself, still find a degree of those things funny, but it's the same as in our interactions. We joke, but there is a line of where I've had enough of joking now. I'd like to be serious. I'd like to be heard. Or whilst that joke is funny, if I say, please don't do it, now you're actually annoying me more because I feel disrespected. So I think a lot of those things are still funny, even when Sunny does something. But if all Sunny would do is joking or annoying or playing, that kind of crosses over a line.
Yeah.
So I think it's a balance of that for girlfriends to not get frustrated about some certain jokes. And we've talked about that a lot. Something I really needed to learn and still probably need to learn, to really be aware of when do I find something funny and when do I not find that funny, and communicate my needs if something changes with me. and for the male to learn to really listen to your partner and actually observe where they're at. It's a way of communicating.
Yeah. I look at your question about how do we work through that. If I was to say to males, all right, that annoying habit or habits that you have to rile up your partner, if you notice that they're not attentive to it in a positive way, don't do it. And that's not saying don't try it another time, but if you keep getting that reaction, don't do it. Because what happens is that you're creating tolerations in your partner towards you annoying them. And so you're going to get attention, all right, but you're going to get negative and it's not going to help your relationship. It's not going to bring it together. It actually divides it little bit by little bit. But in saying that, from what would I say to a female perspective, oh my goodness, boys are not really trying to hurt you. They might be trying to bait you or get you rolled up. They're not trying to hurt you. Because if they were really trying to hurt you, you shouldn't be in the relationship.
Yeah, you wouldn't be with them if
Question
you
mark.
about them.
Da-na-na. Alarm's going. Da-na-na. And that sometimes consider that you might at one time go, well, that's cool. That's funny. He's just trying to be funny because it got me before, but it's not the right time now. It's not the right time to do that, darling. Yeah. Just be honest with it. And if you have had enough and it is annoying you, you're getting frustrated, irritated, bothered by it, then tell your partner, I'm sorry, but that is really hurting me. I really don't want you to do it. But just remember, as soon as you do that, they won't do it. And if they then do it and you say, oh, that's funny and it's okay, then you need to draw a line as to being able to communicate to your partner. There is times where it's okay and there's times where it's not. And don't think I hate you because I'm saying, please don't do that again.
Yeah, I like it. It really is a two-way thing.
Everything.
But the first thing is for any female, I think, struggling with it is looking at ourselves and going, am I contradicting myself in the way that I'm reacting to the things, in the way that sometimes I find it funny, sometimes I don't find it funny, and maybe just observing the situation in the first instance, if anyone is struggling with that, without even possibly raising it, but just understanding and becoming aware of the overall situation and those moments, and maybe even writing it down. Okay, today he said that, I actually laughed. Like, become aware of the times where you do laugh about it, where you genuinely do think it's funny, where it doesn't bother you. Why doesn't it bother you? And then maybe reflecting on, in the moment of where it happens and it does bother, what was different about what was said? Was anything different about what he said, or are you just in a different mood? Have you communicated that right now is not the right time? Or did you get frustrated instead?
Adding to that, for females, if and we'll call this the R-rated, so if you don't want to hear us discussing these things, skip over until we get out of the R-rated. And I'm not calling X, we just call it R. All right?
Is it R-rated over 18?
Yes.
Oh, yep.
Yep. Or depending where you are, classed as an adult. If you are going through ovulation or menstruation, please remember how you will take things is totally different to when you're not going through those cycles. And it's very important for both ovulation and menstruation. All right? Because I know that I've said things to you at different stages and you take it differently. And I go, well, I didn't mean it that way. And the next minute, oh, I'm sorry. Yep. So there's already a lot of emotions there.
Yeah.
So that irritation and bother from a natural and necessary perspective is correct because you don't need any more. You're already feeling that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'd like to say when men have not ejaculated or have full balls, they get very irritated and annoyed and bothered very, very quickly and then go into that shutdown.
Yeah.
So when something is done and whether it is the right or wrong time may be measured by that. So if females understood that from a female and a male perspective, and males understood that from a female and male perspective, that might help determine when is more appropriate to be a bit funny or a little bit, borderline naughty, as opposed to when should it be a little bit more serious and comforting.
Yeah, I like it. So just so you know, AI, ChatGPT, is telling us that playful bids for connection. So many boys annoy their partners as a form of affection, similar to how children tease or poke someone they like. It's their way of saying, I want your attention. It's low stakes and playful. Well, we can argue about the low stakes, but a way to interact without being overly vulnerable. So for them, they don't have to actually say what's on their mind to gain attention from someone else. Because they can just make jokes and still get the attention at the end of the day. So it's a non-verbal invitation to engage emotionally or physically. It says, think of it like a weird love language. Annoying you means thinking of you. Testing boundaries and reactions. Will she laugh? Will she get mad? Will she ignore me? Kind of a power play.
You touched on low stakes, and I like what you said. It is low stakes until it builds up in tolerations when it's taken badly and not for that reason to be annoying.
I think it's an incredibly high stakes game.
Me too.
I don't think it's a very clever way of asking for attention, whilst there is certainly on the female side where we ourselves need to have a look. Are we the ones who make it okay? Most definitely. I don't think it is low stakes, because if you often enough feel not heard from your partner and your partner is basically asking, please do not do that. Even if it's just something little like grabbing the hair or, throwing a sock at you for fun. It's not about the sock. It's not about grabbing the hair. It's about, I asked you not to do it and you do it anyway. You can't even not do something little like that. What is it like when it comes to big things? So it definitely creates a questioning in your partner's character over time.
I agree. And that also shows how we look at things differently to how self-help gurus, psychologists, and or what's been inputted into AI over from humans, from research done over a long period of time, where we find that a lot of the language that is used and the meanings that are presented or portrayed to us as artificial intelligence users, based on what we've researched and understand, is a little bit, well, that's not going to help you. So I would agree. And if you're hearing it from Lisa, and I can tell you from every female that I've seen who has that kind of interaction, gets really bothered and annoyed about it. It's not low stakes, because those low stakes keep adding up to where it becomes very big stakes.